So with this financial plan, you can afford the payments on the new house and still save a bit each month. It's like you're financially new and improved.
I can't believe that in 2 weeks, that house will be ours.
Don't you think it's a little creepy, though, that we're spying on our house-to-be?
Nah.
Get down!
Whoa. Why is the roof opening?
I don't know.
Hello? Mommy's home! Come here.
Reason why they want African people to mix your seeds with non-Africans, especially Europeans, but non-Africans, number one, to reduce the amount of black people in this country who identify as black. Stay with me. I need you to understand, overstand, and understand. They are mixed racing black people out of existence. I'm going to say it again. They are mixed racing black people out of existence. I'm going to say it one more time. They are mixed racing black people out of existence. Now, some of you are going to say, Dr. Umar, you just said mixed race Africans are African. Yes, I did. But a lot of mixed race Africans don't identify as African. From 2000 to 2010, we saw the amount of Africans who call themselves mixed race on the U.S. Census grow exponentially. From 2000 until Barack Obama's election, from the year 2000 to mixed race Obama's election, we saw the amount of blacks who disidentify from being African American into being mixed race, multicultural, biracial. It grew up. So the more black people mix their seed, the smaller the amount of black people appear on paper. Listen to me. The more mixed race Africans identify as something other than African, the smaller our population appears to look in this country. I'll give you an example. According to the 2020 census, Black America is 14% of the country. According to the 2020 census. The 2000 census, we were 17%. The 2000 census, we were approximately 17% of America. Right now, they're saying we're 14% of America. My question to you, what happened to that 3% of African Americans? What happened to the 3% of African Americans who mysteriously disappeared from the 2000 census, from the 2010 census to the 2020 census? We went from 17% of America to 14%. What happened to the 3% of African Americans who disappeared between the 2010 census and the 2020 census? You know what happened to them? They became mixed racial and biracial. That's what happened to them. They became mixed racial and biracial. That's what happened to them. See, America is promoting interracial love to black people as a way of doing what? Statistically exterminating you on paper. Did y'all hear what I just said? Statistical extermination. Statistical extermination. Statistical. On paper, we're going to make it look like there's less black people in America than there really are, so we can justify less resources, so we can justify paying less attention to black people. They are committing statistical genocide against blacks. Because if I can get black people to accept the fact that they're dropping by 3% every census, if I can get black people to believe their numbers are shrinking by 3% every census, I can start exterminating black people physically and nobody will even question me because I've already gotten black people to buy into the idea that their numbers are shrinking by 3% every year. Our numbers are not shrinking. The problem is more and more black people are identifying as mixed race and biracial. And a lot of them don't even have a white parent. Stay with me. Listen to me. This is the multicultural trap. A lot of Africans in America are calling themselves biracial who don't even have a white parent or a non-African parent. So how is an African American getting away with calling themselves biracial when they don't even have a white parent? You know why? They have a white grandparent. They have a white grandparent. They are quadroon. They are identifying as quadroon. And then you have other Negroes who have one white great-grandparent. They are identifying as octoroon. So we got octoroon Negroes in America. We got Negroes with one white great-grandparent who are identifying as biracial. This is how much we hate ourselves. This is how much we hate ourselves. Stop saying African. Let me get rid of you. You don't come on my live and tell me what to do. Block. So you have black people with a white great-grandparent who are calling themselves biracial. They don't look no different than me. They look just like Dr. Umar, but when they fill out the census, they're putting biracial because they have a white great-grandparent. That's an octoroon. And then you have Negroes with a white grandparent. 25% Caucasian blood, and they think they're octoroon, and they're calling themselves biracial. And the white man laughs. The white man laughs. The white man says, good. Let them keep on disidentifying from their race on paper. Let them keep on disidentifying from their race on paper. Let them keep on disidentifying from their race on paper. So we can statistically exterminate them. We can render them a useless minority group. That's what they're doing. They're saying the reason we pay more attention to Hispanic is because there's more of them than you all. And then, but when you go into the Hispanic group, a lot of the so-called Hispanic are Spanish-speaking Africans who look just like Dr. Umar. Y'all see this game they running on us? They are dividing up the African population in America. They are dividing up the African population in America. They are dividing up the African population in America. Thank you for that, my brother. You just brought up a good point. You just brought up a good point. My brother just said, what about all the pretendians? My brother just said, what about all of the pretendians? My brother just said, what about all of the pretendians in the African American community who don't consider themselves black? They consider themselves Native American. Let me tell you what the pretendians are doing. They are boosting the numbers of Native Americans. And by boosting the numbers of Native Americans by identifying as Native American, they are helping to eliminate our political power and strengthen the political power of the real Native Americans who do not accept or identify with the pretendian movement. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So the pretendians are disidentifying from race. Black Latinos are disidentifying from their race. And then we got mixed race black people, as well as octoroons and quadroons with a white grandparent or white great-grandparent disidentifying from their race, making our numbers look smaller and smaller until one day the white man is going to say, we don't have any more identifiable African Americans. Did y'all hear what I just said? I'm going to repeat it. Did you hear what I just said? I'm going to repeat it. Did you hear what I just said? I'm going to repeat it. The day is going to come. If we keep on mixing our seed, the white man is going to say, it doesn't look like we have any more identifiable African people in America. Even though they got all these light-skinned Africans, even though they got all these mixed-race Africans, even though they got all these light-skinned Africans, even though they got all these mixed-race Africans, the white man going to say, I don't see any more identifiable Africans. And even though we got millions of mixed race Africans and light-skinned Africans, most of them don't identify as black. And since we don't have enough light-skinned Africans and mixed race Africans to identify as black, we might as well remove black from the census. We might as well remove black as a population. We might as well remove black as a community. We might as well stop talking about black people. Brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters, you have no idea the problems you are causing for us. You have no idea how you are supporting African genocide by not only mixing your seed, but disidentifying from your race. And let me also say, to Africans who don't accept mixed race Africans, you part of the problem too. And I'm going to tell you why. For Africans who don't accept mixed race Africans, you part of the problem too. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you are trying to force mixed race Africans to disidentify from their race. And by you not accepting your own black brothers and sisters by virtue of having a white parent, you automatically reduce our numbers even further. You are also part of the problem because you are not understanding and understanding that there is a statistical genocide at play on paper.